Well, there's a really bad compass that we have in humanity about business and money, which comes from the old world. The old human civilization had a very strong contempt and even a hatred for money and business. Jesus taught that God, the spirit, and wealth were enemies, were opposite. You could not be into money and into God at the same time. Look at monks and look at nuns. There's not even a discussion about money. Money is almost a forbidden subject, even though money is the lifeblood of any civilization. If a civilization does not have sufficient business, if it doesn't have sufficient jobs, then it's a terrible civilization to live in. Why is it that Mexicans try to get into the United States? Because they can make money in the United States and they can't make money in Mexico. Money determines a lot about immigration, a lot about our lives. We associate business and money with greed and cruelty and exploitation, right? But that is the excess and about money. It is not the nature of money. The nature of money, it creates jobs, it gives paychecks, and it creates a thriving society. And therefore, businesses is to be respected. The government must help businesses grow. The small fish become big fish, which means small business is the basis of big business. Small businesses are therefore very important because if you don't encourage small fish, you're not going to ever get the big fish. Why is it that business has such a bad name? When it finances, businesses finance television, they finance newspaper, they finance now YouTube. YouTube used to be no commercials. Now the ads on YouTube create a gigantic amount of money that they even distribute to the people who make YouTube videos. There are free newspapers just based on business. Businesses want to advertisements, and these ads, these advertisements pay for the newspaper. How evil is business? Businesses become evil when the profit of the business becomes everything. When they profiteer, when they raise the price of gasoline, raise the price of cars, raise the price of homes, raise the price of staples so much and destroy competition. When there's collusion in businesses, when governments side with businesses, even though the businesses are thieving type of businesses, then business becomes an evil. But generally speaking, business is good. And without business, a civilization cannot thrive. And you notice that communism is almost completely dead. Russia is no longer communist. China has become a force of wealth and capitalism. 38 of the richest Forbes magazine richest people are Chinese. President Xi is worth $1.5 billion. Even President Castro, or the Castro legacy, is worth close to $1 billion. $1 billion when the Cuban people are so poor that they want to swim across and get away from Cuba. Where tourists can come and buy women for prostitution for $20. That is the legacy of Castro. The communism doesn't work. Capitalism is superior to communism because it respects an individual and his right to own and grow property and money. Whenever you don't respect the individual, and there are very big differences in individuals. There's lazy people and there's ambitious people. You can't put them in the same bag, right? Well, communism tried to do that and communism failed. Capitalism now is the major creed, government creed on the planet, even in the communist countries. Basically, making a profit is good. Making a profit brings a better life to the person. Making a profit hires a lot of people. Making a profit puts out a lot of paychecks, which basically make people go out and buy stuff in the society, and therefore the whole society benefits from a business, not just a business itself. Business is sacred to life. It's the lifeblood of life, and business has to grow, and has to grow powerful, and has to grow great. But the excesses of business, the corruption of business, the idea that businesses can buy governments and businesses can rip people off, that has to be controlled. But business itself is sacred to life. Now, the biggest advance on our planet will be when business becomes the main force behind government, which means government business. Why is there no government business? Why is it that individuals can grow fortunes like Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or Warren Buffett? Why is it that a government cannot grow in the same way? Why is it that government always relies on taxes? Why is it that government cannot thrive in its own businesses, take over banking, credit cards, alcohol, lotteries, thousands of other businesses? And even government can take over criminal type businesses or businesses that have committed crimes and take them over and run them for the government's benefit. The biggest revolution in government, what I call adult capitalism, right? Which means a capitalism that has grown away from taxation into business. Government has to become a business of its own. It has to have thousands of businesses over time. Obviously, it takes time to build businesses, but within 100 years, if there's a branch of the government that is for revenue, right, that branch can become so powerful that taxation can be completely obliterated. That's very possible, but we need very efficient, very good government for that, and that is very difficult to have in humanity. Having a contempt and a hatred for money does not flourish the soul. The soul has to learn how to appreciate, love money and its effect on life, and learn how to make money. That's why the school system itself has to stop a Jesuit kind of contempt and hatred that it gives students for money. The school system was built by Jesuits originally to teach the Bible and to teach the art of writing. Right? That kind of creed has remained in the school system. There is no emphasis on the power of money, the effect of money, and they don't teach anybody in school, to become a billionaire. Right? Opening a business is easy to teach. You don't need 15 years of school to open a business and to thrive. Why is it that the school system does not teach how to open a business? Well, in conclusion, business and money have to stop having a bad name in our world and have to start having a good name in our world. Business is valuable. Money is valuable. We have to put that into the brain of the humans rather than all that hatred and all that contempt for money that came for thousands of years with this biblical kind of creed about the evils of money and therefore stay poor. Poverty is never going to benefit anybody.